Welcome back to our YouTube channel Aman Codes. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about functions in Python. So, in previous episode, we have discussed what is a structured programming language and unstructured programming language, right? So, which programming language contains functions? So, that programming language is known as structured programming language, right? So, Python is a structured programming language. We are discussing functions in Python. So, let's see the purpose of the functions. So in order to reuse the code and do some operations, see here, the purpose of functions is that to perform certain operations or task and provides code reusability. In order to perform some certain task or operation and which provides the code reusability. This is the purpose of functions. In previous episode, we have discussed structured programming language, right? In that, what are the advantages of structured programming? So that all advantages are carried out here because Python contains function concept, right? So the application development time is going to be less, application memory space is going to be less, application execution time is going to be less, performance is enhanced in the sense improved, and redundancy is going to be minimized, duplication or replication is going to be minimized. So these are the advantages of functions in any languages you take. Here we discussed the purpose of functions, but we didn't discuss the definition of function, right? So what is the definition of functions? Subprogram of main program is known as a function, or a part of main program is known as a function. You consider here, overall this is a program, in that this is a subpart. So subpart of main program, in the sense subprogram of main program is known as functions. So definition of functions. See here, subprogram of main program is called as function, or else a part of main program is also known as functions, right? So these are the two definitions of functions. So see here, I'm going to discuss with the syntax of functions. So here, def function name, and after that list of formal params if any, params in the sense parameters. So after that indentation symbol, then so this line is going to called as function heading. Def function name, list of formal params if any. So next after that we have to provide one tab space, then we have to write this document string, and we have to mention our statements. So this statement 1, statement 2, and along with this doc string, these are known as function body. So function contains two parts. One is function heading, another is function body, right? So in function heading, we are going to declare formal parameters and function name with the help of def keyword, right? So in function body, we are going to write some statements in order to perform some specific task, right? See here, we are going to discuss like this. Function definition is going to be function heading plus function body. Define a function in the sense you have to define function heading. After that, you have to define function body. That is known as function definition. See here, I'm going to explain like this. DEF is a keyword. To create programmer defined functions, we have to use this DEF keyword. After that, we have function name. Function name is going to represent variable name. So come here, a is equals to 10 means a is going to be variable, right? So for this overall function, this is a variable. It represents variable, and here which comes under class function. So which type is going to be class function? Function name type is going to be class function. So here a type is going to be class int, right? So class int. So why? It contains integer value. So same like here, this function name comes under type class function because it contains function statements. So after that we have list of formal parameters if any. So these formal parameters are, they are going to be hold or store the values which are coming from function calls. So for suppose you consider here, we have a function call like this, function name of 10 comma 20, and if we declare formal parameters a comma b, then the 10 is going to be stored in a and 20 is going to be stored in b. So formal parameters are holding or storing the values which are comes from the function call. They are storing the inputs from the function call, right? So that is about formal parameters, list of formal parameters if any. So after that we have this documentation string, right? So this document string is going to be start with triple double quotes and ending with triple double quotes. So inside this triple double quotes, document string is going to be happen. So what is this document or documentation string? We have to give the description of our function. What are the functionalities of our function? We are going to describe that functionalities in documentation string. So this documentation string is going to be an optional. If you want, you can declare. If you don't want, you don't declare. After the documentation string, these are the statements. These are the logic creation statements. In order to perform some sort of operations, we are going to develop some logic, right? So that logic is developing here, statement 1, statement 2, up to statement n. And this type of logic is known as business logic. So in function body, some special variables are present that are local variables. So that local variables are used within this function definition only. In the sense, within this function body only. In the sense, if I declare here a is equals to 9, then after function definition, in the sense starting of function or ending of a function, if I try to declare print of a, then we are going to get a name error because that variable scope is going to be within this function only. Outside the function, the variable scope is not going to be available. So that is a main point in this functions concept. So this is the syntax of function. Function definition is equals to function heading plus function body. So let's see the explanation. Whatever I explained this syntax, that only going to be explained here. See, explanation. Here def is a keyword which is used for defining programmer defined functions. So in order to define programmer defining functions, we are going to use def keyword. Function name represents a valid variable name and it treated as a function name, and every function name is an object of a class function, right? So I said that this function name comes under class function, right? So after that, list of formal params represents list of variable names used in function heading, and they are used for storing or holding the inputs coming from the function calls. In order to store the inputs which are coming from the function calls, we are using this list of formal params, right? So after that, we are mentioning doc string. It represents documentation string, and it is used for giving or writing the description about functionality of function. So what functionality your function contains, that functionality description you have to give there, in the sense how it is going to be work, how we can declare that type of functions. These are right. So that is known as documentation string. After that, the statements are present up to n. These are indentation block of statements, and it processes the input or logic of problem solving, and it is known as business logic or function procedure logic. In this function body, we use some special variables and they are called local variables whose purpose is going to store temporary results. In these statements, we are going to use some local variables, I said. That local variables are called special variables. So the purpose of that variables are going to be going to store the temporary results. So the last point is like this. The values of formal params and local variables are can be accessed only inside the corresponding function definition, but not possible to access in other part of the program and in other function definitions. So this is known as scope of formal params and local variables. See here what I said. The variables which are declared inside the function is going to be used within the function definition, right? So they are not going to be used in other function definitions or outside the program. So this is known as scope of formal params and local variables. So this is all about the theory part and concept part of functions in Python. So in upcoming episode, we are going to discuss about parts of function and phases of functions, right? So that's all for today's episode. I hope you all understand. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Aman Coach. Thank you so much for watching.